For me personally, I can say that minimalism has made me more productive, more happy, more successful. I'm in much better financial shape. So I just want to share a few thoughts with you today. When I embarked on this journey of minimalism, I didn't really know that it was minimalism, but when my life was just kind of cluttered and messy and I just felt I was not in control. I mean, of course, we're never fully in control of all the circumstances and stuff, but I just felt like I just lost it. When I was at that point, I decided to get a grip on things, get more organized. I mean, I started with my home and I started with stuff, but then it started just going into all these different areas of my life, just simplifying and just kind of feeling that I just know what's going on and have a better overview. And the only way to do that was to reduce and just to simplify and to really rethink a few things that I had been doing and that I had been owning. And the way I was spending money before, it was just a mess. It was just very, like spontaneous here and there. I didn't have a budget. These are all things that happened over the course of the years as I was trying to find a more simple lifestyle so that I could have the feeling that I control most parts of my life. So here's the thing. To me, both digital clutter, mental clutter, physical clutter, it all hinders my productivity and creativity. I don't know whoever said that you can be very creative when it's really messy, that artists have to be messy. I don't see that at all. I'm a professional performing artist. I'm a singer, but whenever I was chaotic, I made mistakes. I mean, like I went to the wrong address for the gig, or I messed up the sheet music and maybe I forgot something. It was just never a good thing. Being organized already in my professional life and to reduce and to really have a system in place helped me so much to get everything right. And now I'm usually prepared early instead of kind of doing the last minute thing. And minimalism has allowed me to take this approach. I think ideas need space. This is the next thing. I have all these ideas and I used to never organize my ideas. I used, when I drive in the car or I go for a walk or like throughout the day, I get ideas and I get really cool ideas. I mean, you know how that goes. You get ideas, but then really literally 5 minutes later, I already don't remember. When I got organized enough to actually have a system that helped me collect my ideas and keep them in one place, it is amazing. Just having a journal or just having a place to put them, to be organized enough to have a system in place to where you're like, okay, these are ideas. Or when I'm driving the car, I have a way to record them via a voice message to myself or on Evernote. And this is all part of this whole minimalism thing. Like I don't have to make that many decisions because I already decided ahead of time what kind of things I'm going to do and what kind of things I'm not going to do. So I have these rules that I set. They're not rigid, but basically I have rules set to where I say, these are things I am not going to do and I'm not going to say yes to because they're not priority in my life. And these are things I am not going to buy because they're not that important and I'm not going to spend money on these things. And I think everyone has to decide for themselves what is important. What do you do with your time? What do you do with your money? What do you do with your stuff, or what stuff do you need? What people do you spend time with? And so for me, really having the focus, follow one course until success, that has made a big difference to where, it's not that I need to do like all these many things in order to find success, or, I don't need to like own all these things to do what I want to do, but to really decide what is it that I really need to do and what is it that I really need to own in order to live the life like I want to live it. For example, clothes. I love the color white. I just love it so much. And, this is crazy, but wearing white makes me happy these days. I don't know why. It just makes me happy. It calms my mind. When I do the laundry now, having a load of whites calms me. Maybe I'm just weird, but it's just, there's a sense of not clutter. There's a sense of simplicity. And I don't have to think about what color am I wearing today? Is that going with that? I don't have to worry about it. Jeans, white shirts, a cardigan, voila. It's easy. no decisions to be made. And also I save money like this. I never had a system before. I never had a system. I have several bank accounts now. And you may think, well, that's not minimalistic, but it actually is, because now I have a system. I have one account for my everyday kind of transactions that come out and into my account, just when I buy groceries, I use the debit card for that account, and paying just regular bills, they come out of that account. Then I have another account. I'm self-employed, so I put money there every month to pay my taxes so I don't get any bad surprises. I know how much money I make in a month, so I can put accordingly that much money into my other account to save it, so that when taxes come up and I have to pay my taxes, I don't struggle. I'm like, oh my goodness, now I have to pay taxes. It's something I already know ahead of time. I'm gonna have to pay my taxes. So why not put it in an account to where it's like separated? It makes it easy for me to overview. It makes it easy for me to know, okay, this is tax money. I have an investment account, and that's the money I will not touch. I will not touch. It's not savings. It's long-term. It's like, this is my investment. This is my emergency, my future for later. This is maybe for another house one day. I don't know what it is, but it's the money that basically doesn't exist right now, but it makes me happy looking at how it's growing all the time, and this is really cool to see. And then I have another account that is for home updates, because it's not that I have a set budget, but when I make more money, I can put more money into that, and then I can do more home upgrades. I just do as much as I have the money for. And so just having the budget, and I have a tool online, it's called Every Dollar. It's by Dave Ramsey. They have a free version. I've been using that for years. And it is really good just to see the numbers. For me, that is very minimalistic, because I can see it at a glance. And the reason why it is minimalistic is because I go through that list of expenses that I have, and I consider all the time. Every month, it is really fun to find something that I might not need that I can get rid of. And even if it's $5 for something I may be paying, some subscription that maybe after considering I have not really used and it's not that valuable that I'm wanting to really continue, it is really fun to always know what my money goes out for. And in my business, minimalism has helped me so much, because I used to think, well, I need to create more here and make this and make that and do another course and do another product. And you know what? I realized that that is not the answer. First of all, that's not the way I want to live. Constantly think about, well, I need new stuff. No, I need to keep what I'm doing that is working so well and just continue to make it better and really focus on one thing. I'd rather have less students and less people in my courses, but I do really high quality and I feel really good about what I'm doing. Also, minimalism has helped me to learn a lot more self-control. I don't just buy stuff, or I don't just do stuff. I really think about it. I really consider. On Amazon, I have a list. Whenever I want to buy something on Amazon, I usually never buy it right away. I save it to my wish list or my shopping list, and then I will wait several days, sometimes several weeks. If it's something really small, I'm just going to wait a day or 2 or 3. If it's something a little bit bigger that I think I really, really need, I wait maybe a couple weeks or more, and I really think waiting that time and seeing, do I still think I need it that terribly badly after 4 weeks or after a couple of months? Do I still want it this badly? There was something like my e-bike. That is something I had wanted for years. And after waiting yet another year, I decided, you know what? This is not going to go away. I want this so much. And not only do I want it, but it's going to help me go outside more and actually ride the bike. We live in a very hilly area and it's steep all the time. So it's really good to have that e-bike, because then instead of taking the car, I can just go a couple of kilometers and go to a store that I need to go just get a couple of things. I can just take my bike. It's good for my health, and it's good for, saving gas mileage and saving on the car. So it's all good. So that was an investment that was really worthwhile. So to me, mental clutter, it's keeping me from being happy, and it's keeping me from actually being my most productive. Because it's almost like when there's a lot of stuff going on and a lot of stuff laying around, you spend so much time just trying to find your focus on, what is it that I really want to do? And when you don't have all these distractions, you're so much more clear about the direction you want to go. I just love it so much. Even food-wise, don't buy like so much stuff. I always buy enough for a few days. Maybe there are some exceptions like Corona crisis. You might have to buy something for a few more days because the stores are crazy and you have to, you're so lucky when you get something. But generally speaking, it's like less but better. That less but better mentality has helped me so much. It really helps me be so much more productive and ultimately more successful. Now, what is success? Success for me is when I achieve what I wanted to achieve to really make a life that I really want to live. After all, we only have one life, and it's just a shame for me to think about if I fill my life with too much clutter, I'm missing out on the life that I really want to live. And I don't want to miss out on it. More stuff means more responsibility, and more responsibility means I have to invest more time, and that means I have less time to live the way I really want to live. And I think learning to not have that instant self-gratification, but have that very disciplined long-term goal, and to be happy with less, but to really appreciate less, I think it's a good lesson to be learned, because it really helps you to be happy with things that might not, you might not need a lot of things to be happy. Sometimes it's the very small, very simple things. And to me, like this table here, just sitting at the table with my family, that means a lot to me. And that's why I have gotten rid of some pieces of furniture, because I want more space to be and to live and to move in my house, rather than more space to store stuff that then I'm gonna have to think about, where do I put it? And take everything out to clean the drawers. The less stuff, the better to me. But again, it's not about just getting rid of everything. It's just about finding out what is relevant for me and what really makes me happy and what really weighs me down. All that responsibility that weighs on your shoulders. Everything you own and everything you have to do, it's a responsibility. And when everything is go left, go right, go up, go down, all these responsibilities, it just weighs you down and you're not free anymore to move. And I just don't want to be weighed down by any stuff. Thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing if you want to see more videos about minimalism, decluttering and organizing, and living a healthy lifestyle, and of course cleaning. Have a most wonderful day. I hope to see you soon. Bye.